The world we live in today is a thought-provoking place, to say the very least. On one hand, there are some good people out there who are accepting of others, they love other people, they embrace new ideas, they're just great individuals to be around. But on the other hand, there are some awful people out there who kill, hate, reject new ideas. They cause nothing but misery for the rest of us. The humanity that goes on nowadays is complicated to explain. It's issues like these that make people question the state of our society. I mean, it really all just depends how we experience life. We all have experienced life in some shape or form, and it's always different, you know what I mean? It's not really all the same. And there's no easy solution for each problem that our world has. And while our generation is far from perfect, I would like to ask, is there really any humanity left in this world? Because it's pretty debatable. Because, you have one side of people who would say, this generation sucks, it's whatever. And you have others who would be like, it's not as bad as you think it is if you take the time to think about, process all this. But I don't know how to feel. I'm personally caught in between this mess. I do partially agree with both ideas, but I don't think I would prefer one over the other. So I want to discuss humanity today, and I think we should start off discussing the advantages and the disadvantages of humanity. So the advantages, like I mentioned earlier, is that there are some good people out there, okay? Whether it's someone who is a police officer, a firefighter, or a nurse, anyone who just tries to protect others, or if you're accepting of, someone's race or, sexuality, or even if you like to donate to charity or the homeless shelter, you're just a good person who puts family or others before yourself. You don't care about money or any other things in the world that don't matter. But that's the other thing. Then there's the disadvantages, right? And that's just the awful people. All the rapists and murderers who inflict pain on others, the politicians who sit behind and don't help out. People like these, I don't understand how they still exist. I don't. But that's the other thing. All these problems, whether it's rape, murder, anarchy, greed, racism, you can't... There's no, solution or way to permanently stop these. Some politician, whether it's Joe Biden or President Joe Biden or Governor Phil Murphy, they could try making a new law to stop any further racism or bullying. But let's be honest, it's never going to go away. Bullying, racism, or any other issue will exist in some shape or form, whether we like it or not. Always. You can't save everyone, but you can at least try and save someone. And that's another thing I want to ask. People who have an issue, I have to ask, how many of us actually believe that the world is bad? Obviously, not everyone in the world is awful, or not everyone in the world believes other people are awful. Where's the proof that the world is bad? And I'm not talking about statistics about school shootings or terrorist attacks that frequently happen across the globe. Yes, that does contribute to how bad society can be at times, but that's not what I'm asking. And that's another thing. I want to discuss statistics right here. Is there actually statistics to prove that, people genuinely believe the world is bad or good? And I found this chart right here. When I was doing my research, I found this from the website YouGov, and it basically stated that only 60% of people genuinely believe that there's a lot of good people that exist in the world, more so than bad, and then only 19% of people oppose that idea. Now, this chart may be 5 years old at the time of recording this, but I think it's still valid in proving my point. Not everyone or everything in the world is awful. And that's where I kind of want to wrap things up. You know, let's be real here, okay? We often forget the goodness that exists in the world, okay? We sometimes forget that we're all the same, whether it's color, religion, shape, and size. While the world is not great, I would like to argue it should be more giving than taking. It may sound cliche for me to say this, but if we all did at least one act of kindness each day, maybe we could get somewhere. If you don't feel like buying a homeless man or donating money to a homeless man, just buy them a Happy Meal. You see someone getting made fun of because of their disability, stick up for them. At least try, you know what I mean, to do something positive in the world. That's all I'm concerned about. Humanity will never be perfect, but their ideals are worth defending.